Indonesia, the archipelago giant, a neighbor whose history and destiny are intertwined with Timor-Leste. For decades, the relationship has been tested, but it has also built bridges in trade, culture, and in education, as well as diplomacy. Now, as Timor-Leste stands on the threshold of ASEAN, Indonesia's support and influence matter more than ever. Today, we sit down with His Excellency Oktodorrinus Manik, Ambassador of Indonesia to Timor-Leste, for a rare and exclusive conversation on partnership, diplomacy, and the road ahead. I'm Digna Saraun, and this is Dalam ASEAN. Thank you, Mr. Ambassador, for having us here at the embassy and also giving us your time for today's session.
Thank you, Mana.
Your Excellency, we would like to start off just to begin with. Could you tell us a little bit about your background?
Oh, my background. I graduated from Pajajaran University in Bandung for my law degree, and then continue my master degree in Saitama University in Japan.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. So, Mr. Ambassador, as Indonesia's ambassador to Timor-Leste, what do you see as your most important responsibility in strengthening the relations between Timor-Leste and Indonesia?
Okay, thank you. As ambassador, my main route is to strengthen and deepen close relation between Indonesia and Timor-Leste. Of course, this involves representing the government of Indonesia, promoting political, economic, culture, and people-to-people cooperation, as well as protecting our Indonesian citizen and our Indonesia entity in Timor-Leste. I also work closely with the government of Indonesia, institutions and communities to encourage collaboration in such trade, investment, culture, education, capacity building. At the same time, I see my role as a bridge, fostering mutual understanding, friendship, and trust between Indonesia and Timorese.
Okay. And over the 2 decades of independence, what would you highlight as the biggest achievements in Indonesia and Timor-Leste's relations, and what remains as the biggest challenge?
Yes, our bilateral relation between Indonesia and Timor-Leste very warm, friendly, and built on the foundation of shared history, culture, strong people-to-people ties. Over the years, both countries have worked closely in many fields: political dialogue, trade and investment, infrastructure and education, health cooperation. We also collaborate actively in regional and international forums. The presence of Indonesian corporate sector, especially state-owned company and private-owned company in Timor-Leste, have contributed in supporting strengthening economic development in Timor-Leste. You know, investment in state and owned company like Pertamina, Bank Mandiri, BRI, Telkomsel have reached value around 1.4 billion US dollar. This is a big figure and increase every year, which highlight the positive and growing cooperation between our two countries. And if you see this last Saturday, we have Indonesian culture performance, and you know that many young Timorese can enjoy, and they still speak. They know the song in Bahasa. So this is one of the strongest in people-to-people contact as well. You know that we have some many pastor and nuns Indonesian also work in many districts in Timor-Leste. This is also strong for our people-to-people contact between Indonesia and Timor-Leste. Looking ahead, I believe the future relation even more promising. Indonesia committed to supporting Indonesia Timor-Leste development journey, and then with mutual trust, of course, and shared vision, I confident that our bilateral ties will continue grow stronger and more dynamic in the year to come.
Okay. When you work with Timor-Leste state institutions, what do you find works well, and where do you see if there is any room for improvements?
Yes, our communication with Timor-Leste institution very constructive and open. We maintain regular dialogue in different level, government, parliament, and local authority to ensure smooth coordination and mutual understanding. Our shared history, culture, especially language, also help us to have close communication with our counterpart in Timor-Leste, because many of them are our friends. They speak Bahasa and graduate some Indonesian university, so we can our communication will be genuine, understanding, and truly break the barrier and build trust. So this close communication also allow us to address issue quickly, explore new opportunity cooperation, and work together in many area benefit for both country. I truly appreciate the spirit of partnership and friendship shown by the Timorese institution.
Okay. Well, other than the state institutions of Timor-Leste, here in the capital, Dili, there is also the ASEAN ambassadors, whom they also play an important role in supporting Timor-Leste's path towards its ASEAN membership. How do you collaborate with other fellow ASEAN counterparts on this?
Yeah, we are happy to have now we have 7 ASEAN embassy here. We have Malaysia, Brunei, Singapore, Thailand, Cambodia. So our communication fellow with ASEAN member is very close and collegial. We regularly meet, exchange view, and coordinate on various regional bilateral issues, especially in supporting Timor-Leste to ASEAN. Beyond a formal meeting, we also share a strong sense of like a brotherhood, which makes collaboration smoother and more effective. The spirit of ASEAN unity and mutual support, and I believe our joint effort in Dili contribute positively to strengthen ASEAN as a whole. You know that we also informally we have a ASEAN family gathering between our embassy here. We have a family gathering with the all Indonesian community and the ASEAN community here.
Oh, okay. Well, as a founding member of ASEAN, Indonesia has strongly supported Timor-Leste, its accession process. How do you feel about Timor-Leste joining ASEAN?
As a founding member of ASEAN, Indonesia truly proud to support Timor-Leste accession process. We believe Timor-Leste membership will not only strengthen ASEAN's unity, but also enrich the organization with the unique perspective and experience. Personally, I feel very encouraged and optimistic about Timor-Leste joining ASEAN. It will open up greater opportunity for cooperation, economic integration, people-to-people contact. More importantly, it reflects ASEAN principle inclusively, where every South Asian nation move forward. Indonesia stand ready to continue assisting Timor-Leste in this important journey.
Thank you.
Of course.
And so beyond just statements of support, what concrete steps has Indonesia taken to help Timor-Leste meet ASEAN's requirements?
You know that since Timor-Leste applied for ASEAN membership 2011, Indonesia has been one of its strongest advocates. During our Indonesian chairmanship 2023, we pushed ASEAN to officially agree in principle on Timor-Leste membership. That year, ASEAN finally decided that Timor-Leste will be granted observer status in ASEAN, while preparing a full membership. Indonesia also consistently support Timor-Leste through concrete capacity building program in various sectors. For example, 2023, Indonesia provide technical assistance and training programs such as internship for Timor-Leste civil servant in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Trade, and Ministry Industrial, and any other institution. This initiative will aim to strengthen institutional capacity and supporting Timor-Leste as ASEAN accession process. In 2024, we continue this commitment through program on custom and exercise administration, financial reform, and executive training on Indonesia public finance, as well as we have Indonesian Aid Scholarship, we call it TIAS. In this year also, 2025, Indonesia assistance including continuous scholarship, financial program, development aquaculture project in ILU, as well as training and custom and statistic. This effort of along with additional grant, this demonstrate Indonesia's strong commitment to stand alongside Timor-Leste journey to regional integration.
Okay. Mr. Ambassador, from your perspective, what are the key criteria ASEAN expects Timor-Leste to fulfill, and what do you think are the hurdles that still remain?
Yeah. ASEAN applies several important criteria for nation wishing to join, outlined as in the ASEAN Charter. This include our, of course, geographical located in South Asia, being recognized as independent sovereignty stated by all ASEAN members, and demonstrating commitment to the principle of the ASEAN Charter, such as respect to sovereignty, rule of law, democracy, and good governance, as well as human rights. Another key requirement is the readiness and capacity to fulfill the membership obligation. This means the applicant must able to actively participate in the ASEAN three pillar: political, security, economic, and socio-cultural community, and implement in the agreement already adopted by ASEAN. In case of Timor-Leste, ASEAN has developed a specific roadmap toward fulfill membership, which set up a number of standards to be fulfilled across the economic, political, and socio-cultural field. I think that's all.
Okay. And so for the average Timorese citizen, what tangible benefits will ASEAN membership actually bring for Timor-Leste?
Yes. Being part of ASEAN offer many tangible and long-term benefits. Economically, member open access to one of the world's most dynamic regional market, with combined population 677 million people, 677 million people, and total GDP around $4 trillion. $4 trillion. It also provides a platform of harmonizing standard, reducing trade barrier, and integration into regional supply chains. Politically, in terms of and in terms of security, ASEAN membership gives countries a stronger voice in regional and global affairs. Although the dialogue cooperation, members can work together to address common challenges. From socio-cultural perspective, ASEAN also promotes stronger people-to-people connection, education, and youth generation, as well as cultural cooperation.
Okay. Timor-Leste is making ASEAN its political priority this October, especially with its preparation towards the accession on the 27th of October. From Indonesia's view, how important is it that Timor-Leste shows its readiness at this very moment?
Thank you. Timor-Leste focus on ASEAN this October reflects deliberately and commitment to regional integration. It signals the country's proactive approach in advancing its accession process and aligning national policy with ASEAN framework and standard. Such focus demonstrates that ASEAN community Timor-Leste readiness to engage constructively and responsibly in the regional dialogue. From the diplomatic perspective, this initiative strengthened mutual confidence between Timor-Leste and existing ASEAN members and underscore the importance of continuous cooperation. I think that's my view.
Mr. Ambassador, you have mentioned that ASEAN, well, it was founded to promote economic growth, social progress, and cultural development. Well, through the two decades later, has it truly delivered on that promise?
Yes, ASEAN has made significant progress in promoting economic growth, social development, and cultural cooperation among its members. Economically, the region has become one of the world's most dynamic market. ASEAN is one of the most dynamic market, with increasing trade, investment, regional connectivity. Socially, ASEAN has supported initiatives in education, health, disaster management, human development that benefit millions of people across this region. Culturally, ASEAN has fostered greater understanding and collaboration through exchange, festival, and program that celebrate in diversity members of the state, while challenges remains, such narrowing the development gap and responding to emerging global issue. The achievements so far demonstrated that ASEAN has successfully created a platform for cooperation, mutual benefit, and regional solidarity.
Okay. ASEAN also aims to ensure peace and stability in Southeast Asia. Do you believe it has lived up to that mission, or has it fallen short in some areas?
ASEAN play a crucial role in maintaining peace and stability in the region through dialogue, preventive diplomacy, and confidence-building measures among its member states. While no region is completely free from challenges, ASEAN approach rooted in consensus, respect for sovereignty, and non-interference has largely success in preventing major conflict and fostering a stable environment for cooperation. Additionally, ASEAN framework such as ASEAN Regional Forum (ARF) and various security agreements provide platform to address emerging issues like maritime security, transnational crime, and disaster management collaboratively. This mechanism demonstrates that although challenge remains, ASEAN has been effective in promoting peaceful and stable regional environment.
Okay. ASEAN's principle of non-interference is often criticized as being too weak in crisis. How effective is the organization really at solving disputes between members?
ASEAN resolve dispute among members through dialogue, consultation, and consensus-based mechanism rather than confrontation. The organization emphasizes peaceful settlement of difference, respecting its country sovereignty, and promoting mutual understanding.
Now, Indonesia often helps ASEAN members navigate its challenges. What lessons do you think can Timor-Leste learn from Indonesia's experience?
The lesson we can draw: the ASEAN country can play a constructive role in mediating dispute among the fellow. Like Indonesia involved facilitating dialogue with Thailand and Cambodia, and so the regional problem can be solved peacefully, negotiation, mutual trust, and principle non-interference.
Okay. And for security as a sensitive subject in our region and in all regions, how do ASEAN members build trust with one another on defense and internal security issues?
ASEAN members strengthen internal security and defense primarily through cooperation, coordination, and capacity building rather than unilateral action. The organization encourages regular dialogue and joint initiative on issues as transnational terrorism, cybersecurity, and maritime security. And framework like ASEAN Political Security Community and ASEAN Regional Forum and various working groups make member states to share best practices, conduct joint training and develop coordination between the members.
Okay. And if you could describe the future of Indonesia and Timor-Leste, its relationship in one word, what would it be and why? And as well, if you could share a message for for all of Timor-Leste.
Can I make it 2 words?
Yes, of course.
My final message is 2 words: optimism and partnership. Indonesia, Timor-Leste share a deep history, strong friendship, and a vision for prosperous and peaceful future. As Timor-Leste moves closer to ASEAN, I encourage continued collaboration, learning, mutual support, not only between government but also among our people, Indonesia and Timor-Leste. ASEAN represent an opportunity for growth, integration, and shared prosperity, and Indonesia stand ready to support Timor-Leste in every step of the way. Together, we can strengthen regional solidarity, create new opportunity, and ensure that the bond between our nation continue to grow even stronger for the generation to come. In Timor, we say, Hamutuk Hita Forte.
Yes. Well, thank you very much, Your
Thank you.
Excellency, Mr. Ambassador, for giving us some of your valuable insights and just the support that Indonesia has for Timor-Leste, not only now, but for the future as well. Thank you very much.
Paraben also for
Thank
Timor-Leste.
you. Thank you. And to our viewers, thank you very much for tuning in. And my name is Digna, and with the team of today's segment, we thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next segment of Dalan Ba ASEAN.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Terima kasih.